in what 82 or something like that. And the reason for that is because he was diddling his peenie with an
And
intern,
company,
essentially.
yeah,
Yeah, I
and
mean,
company,
look, man,
his
he
own
was
company. But
he's an old man, old powerful man, and he wound up with a situation where he was with somebody that was younger than him and an underling with him, and he wound up having an affair with her. The issue with that is that he gave
kind of,
her
kind of
a
married.
decent. Well, he gave well that I think him and Linda's marriage is
La 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 la.
yeah, exactly. So her job opening was at $100,000. Then
Her
she got
job.
two hundred thousand dollars, and then she got a $3 million payoff to not be there anymore.
Right.
And so that opened up, the NDA and the company, since it's a publicly traded company now, the investors or whatever are looking into that. Allegedly, there's other NDAs. This story broke because I think because the girlfriend of the lady that was having the affair with him, told somebody, and I think it got into the New York Times or the Post or something like that. And that's what kind of triggered this investigation, which has been going on since April, if I read correctly. So Vince is like, yeah, I'm out. Go ahead, brother Beavis.
He is the head of creative
Still,
in a company in which his daughter is the CEO.
Right.
So help me understand how he
he's
has
not
in
in
any
charge.
way stepped down or diminished himself. This is some Trump bullshit.
Yeah.
Right
Oh
here.
God, for sure, absolutely. Well, okay. Before we deal with that, can we get a timeout? Stephanie could get it. There were times where I was like, I don't know about that, but as she started to add muscle and then fake titties, she could definitely get it. I'm just saying, like we could just make that clear.
I don't know about that face right there.
Oh,
That's the evil elf face.
I'm okay with that. I'm just saying. But anyway, back in. Yeah, I agree with you, brother Beavis. Is that I think that she is just the figurehead. He's still in charge of creative, which means he can put on the terrible television that they put on every week. But is this? Again, I'm sure this is going to come out that he's like, oh, I paid her with my own money. He's like, yeah, but you gave her that job with company money, so that's a problem. And the added part of this is that once he was done with her, he passed her off to Johnny Ace, with John Laurinaitis, who was in charge of, I think, talent relations. And yeah, really. He I mean, it hasn't been said, but I know it implied that he also had an affair with her. Because I sent that text to y'all.
Anybody seen a picture of this woman?
Not yet. And as I implied to y'all or whatever, he's married to the Bella twins' mom. He's not their dad. But so I look, okay, powerful men in a powerful company who make a bunch of money that have women working underneath them. This happens even in lateral things where people are working in offices or whatever. So like the money doesn't
money
hurt.
don't matter tonight. But yeah,
right, money
lots of money to
hurt, but it's also part of this whole situation here. And he put himself in a I don't think it was I don't think it was an harassment situation. I just think he put himself in a sticky icky, and it got out past the NDA, and now he has to deal with it. Do the investors care enough to move him out? And now you don't have.
Do they have enough power to take him out?
Right. Yes. And again, listening to another podcast, allegedly he still owns the majority of shares in the company. Right. So, he would have to be completely bought out in and of itself. So, yeah, this is some Trump bullshit, brother Beavis. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, this is some. I don't understand how you're a billionaire and like you make these kind of mistakes. Like
yeah,
I don't know, like if he wanted to have an affair with this person, and
he did.
Why give her $100,000 a year job? Just
right.
give her $100,000.
Yeah, fuck.
Because it makes it look more whatever on the above board. If she has a quote unquote job, she just don't show up to blow.
But he's a billion.
This is a symptom, like a completely different, but this is like a symptom of the the Jeff Hardy stuff that's also in the news is like, why y'all have money? Money
Call 'em
cures your money cures your illness and
Right.
solves your problems.
Yeah.
Why
Call
does
an
your
Uber.
money create problems and illness for you?
More money, more problems was a great song, and
Yeah,
it's
Biggie
true.
told us.
And
But-
it's true. And yeah, your little head thinks you're big head, and you get stupid.
I can understand that. I really can. But he could also be like, you know what? There are some high priced hookers that live in the world of discreetness, and he could bang them all that he wants to and be done with it and pay whatever $1,000 that it would take to do that for a night, 2 nights, 10 nights, and be done with it and not put
365 nights. That's right.
Yes.
But you know what? Hookers talk and keep diaries too. And Marilyn Monroe had a diary. Very right. These people, they if you bang a famous person and they'll talk to while you're sleeping with them, that's a memoir later.
This all some effed up power dynamics,
Yes.
bad decisions,
Correct.
dirty money.
Yes.
That's it's man's fatal weakness. Apples and pussy.
Maybe not in that order. And then so the question becomes, okay, so if he does get run, that's probably a 40-60 chance for, I would say. If he does get run though, then Stephanie becomes the McMahon in charge, even though that she shouldn't be because she's not qualified for it, and then what they're already putting on terrible television and creative. I mean, it couldn't get any worse.
WWF is only sustained by name value at this point.
Correct.
Because people are conditioned to associate wrestling with WWE. And like it has whatever fans it has, and then it has whoever still thinks it's fashionable to watch wrestling, then it's acceptable to watch WWE.
Right.
It's trash. But by the same token, I don't know, like the people that are into that product, is it strictly because of the McMahons, or like if it was the same bullshit cookie cutter nonsense next week, would anyone even care?
Yeah, would anybody even know?
And what is their job? Is like, it's not, they're not in a war, they're not trying to increase ratings or anything. It's just like, don't like put on occasionally dip in something decent to make people watch long enough, hoping for something better. I mean, like, let's look at it. Like, we watched wrestling because like most of it was pretty bad. We would follow the angles and hope for like every maybe 3-4 weeks to see a halfway decent match against a main guy versus a mid-carder. Right. I mean, that's just, you can string along wrestling fans like forever, as long as you give them something decent. Then they swallow the rest of it, hoping that this might be the week where there's something worth watching, but just miserable for so long. Like,
there's a element of crackheadness to wrestling fans. Like, oh shit, like I had that one good hit that time that Ricky Morton slapped Ric Flair in the face. You chasing that high forever. Like, is something cool like that gonna ever happen again? No. It's not. Probably not. But you just keep coming back. And I think that is the WWF fan at this point, because, again, I don't watch it. I just hear Cornette shit on it. And he's never said something like, hey, you know what? I think I want to go back and watch that. Because it sounded so good.
The fact that Cody set the world on fire.
Yes, after,
knowing that he was like okay occasionally.
Yeah.
We watched him and he was okay occasionally, and now he's setting the world on fire. That tells you how bad everything else is.
Correct. Yeah. Right. So
I missed something there. This current shit, I don't know nothing about.
You ain't missing nothing. And so I mean, if he goes down, I heard Cornette prophesize on his thing like it'll literally be the end of wrestling. But I would say that wrestling is already over.
But I think the point there is if the 2 million person base of WWE erodes because of the Vince McMahon scandal to something like a to something like a 800,000 fanatic base of AEW, then I think that's the risk. Like what they're risking is getting rid of that last like mainstream. If I go watch wrestling, I'll just go watch WWE. If they corrode that, then I think that's where it struggles now, because now you just have the hardcore fans.
Right. Yeah, and that which is AEW.
And we've seen that audience is not going to grow.
No, definitely is not going to grow at all. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I just saw last night that they did like under 900,000 again. So
and they got no stars either right now. Everybody's hurt.
Yeah, everybody's hurt. Pockets came back. You know,
I mean, Red Velvet's hurt. They're not gonna pull $1 million, a million people without Red Velvet.
Come on, that's awful. Yeah, that's terrible. That's awful. But yeah,
who the hell's Red Velvet?
Exactly. Well, actually, you would probably like.
Hey, Red Velvet. Physically. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out.
She's married though. Maybe to some white dude, but whatever.
Probably. I don't know. I just wait for. Yeah, like we've ever cheered for the WWF. Fuck WWF. They can go out of business for all that care.
No, you don't want that.
I do. Not that I do, but it doesn't matter if it does. I'm gonna watch it anyway. I've been watching it in 20 plus years. You know,
Red Velvet Wrestling.
Yeah, I might get some different searches there. So as Hutch is looking that up, all right. So yeah,
holy mackerel.
Yeah. Don't look up Jade Cargill then.
I just saw her too, but
yeah, you'll be all right.
I hope she's not she's wow.
Yeah, she's bite sized for fun as well.
Yeah, she's not evil.
Yeah.